Picture this, Peter Griffin and the gang are now Top Gun's latest recruits, a terrifying thought for naval aviation everywhere. The bar scene is nothing short of chaos, with Maverick, Peter, and Goose, Joe, engaging in a talk to me, Goose, bromance over watered-down beer and failed pickup lines.
Talk to me, Goose. How much you want to bet I can sleep with her tonight?
Come on, Mav. I said I wasn't going to do one of our sex bets until my parents left. Their flight got delayed.
Oh, Goosey.
Hey, you didn't want to pay for my college, so now I'm in the horny Navy.
Maverick's rival, Iceman, isn't just a cool pilot. He's apparently an HVAC aficionado, cranking up the AC to battle post-fat guy sweat syndrome.
It's probably that guy staring at you while snapping his gum and spinning a pen. His name's Iceman because that's how he flies, ice cold. Cranks the AC. Heard it's a sweating problem. Used to be fat or something.
Truly, a battle of the skies and air conditioning. And let's not forget the romance subplot and awkward romantic advances with a karaoke performance, tied with a whirlwind of questionable consent and 80s movie tropes. Charlie, Lois, finally gives in after 10 no's, because apparently that's how dating works in the cinematic universe. The piece de resistance is the classroom scene where Peter's tall tales rival any fighter jet's altitude.
And where exactly did you see this blimp?
That's classified. I also flew over 1,000,000 miles an hour once.
What? When?
Also classified.
Oh, he's just saying classified to cover up obvious lies.
No, I'm not. They're all true. I'm 6 feet tall.
Stand up.
Classified.
Classified blimps and million-mile-per-hour flights? Someone get this man a Netflix docuseries, Conspiracies in the Clouds. The humor escalates with exaggerated naval aviator training, absurd volleyball games, and a comedic take on military operations. As we crash land into the volleyball scene, it's not just a game, it's a war zone.
Out!
What? That was clearly in.
It was on the other side of the line.
You mean the crooked line you made with your foot? Screw that.
The stakes? A single ball that gets bombed into oblivion. Because, duh, what's more naval aviation than solving problems with missiles? Their solution? Taxpayer-funded volleyball revenge. And then, there's Peter's pillow talk.
Wow, that was some good teacher sex. Hey, sorry I yelled talk to me, Goose, when I finished.
Well, I know we've only known each other for a few days and that you've publicly undermined me in front of everyone, but I think I'm falling for you, Mav.
Yelling talk to me, Goose, at the end of his performance. Romantic? Sure. Awkward? Oh, absolutely. Maverick, Peter, and Goose, Joe, navigate a whirlwind of absurdity, from awkward romantic entanglements to bizarre naval aviation training. The humor is unapologetically crude, with moments like Maverick's bowel movement becoming a topic of serious discussion. First off, Goose's bowel movement becomes the social equivalent of a marriage proposal. He pooped at your house? He must really like you. Forget flowers or chocolates, true love is measured in bathroom breaks. And then there's Maverick, who's not just a pilot, but also a walking Scientology pamphlet. Nothing says romance like unsolicited L. Ron Hubbard trivia. Did you know he was the youngest Eagle Scout? No, Marv, and I didn't ask. The aerial showdown is a symphony of chaos.
This is it, gentlemen. Whoever wins today wins Top Gun. Good luck.
What's up, weenies? You left your coffee on top of your plane.
Damn it, I can't even without that.
Kill your co-pilot says what?
What?
Maverick's obsession with finding the perfect flying music leads to a catastrophic spin. You Spin Me Right Round becomes both the soundtrack and the epitaph for their doomed flight.
We're losing altitude. We're gonna have to eject. Pull on 3.
Pull on 3 or after 3?
What's the difference?
One is on, one is after.
Let's just pull on 2.
On or after 2?
And the debate over when to pull the eject lever, on 3, after 3, or just wing it, feels like a tragic game of Simon Says. Goose's death, while tragic in the original Top Gun, is handled with Family Guy's signature irreverence. As Maverick grapples with grief in the most inappropriate ways imaginable.
You're not talking to me, Goose!
You're listening to Easy 97, The Coast.
Hurry, don't be late. I can hardly wait, I said to myself when we're all...
Maverick's heartfelt promise to Goose's family? I could have done anything with his body, but I didn't. Truly a hero for the ages. And let's not forget the blood and brain-stained helmet, washed at a beach foot shower. Nothing says closure like sand in your trauma. Oh, where do we even begin with this glorious Family Guy satire of Top Gun, Maverick? It's like they took the original plot, tossed it into a blender with a box of absurdity, and hit Turbo Pulse. First, let's marvel at Maverick's parodying Tom Cruise 3-decade sulking session at his other movies.
Hey, what's the weight limit on these lowery things, Goose?
May I have the password, please?
Something with Goose.
It's not. You must leave.
Can I please stay for the sex party? I already binoculed my stuff like the sign on the wall said. The Goose is loose.
Go!
In true Family Guy fashion, the episode takes the iconic Top Gun and turns it into a chaotic, inappropriate, and hilariously unhinged spectacle. It's not just a parody, it's a full-throttle roast. Maverick, Peter, emerges from a 35-year sulk to train a new generation of pilots, including Goose's son, Rooster.
One of the pilots you'll be training is Goose's son.
Who's Goose?
What? Goose! The guy you just spent 35 years mourning.
Oh yeah, Goose. Yeah, wow. Brain toot.
Imagine being so committed to feeling bad about your best bro's demise that you forget his name. Who's Goose? Oh! I don't know. Maybe the guy whose name you've screamed during karaoke 947 times? At this rate, Maverick's brain is about as sharp as one of those Navy-issued helmets washed in a beach foot shower. The mission briefing itself is chef's kiss.
People can fly low and shoot a small thing without it being a Star Wars.
Yeah, but the text on the screen even says Womp Rat size target.
Don't look at the screen. Any other questions not about Star Wars?
Why'd you kill my dad?
No more questions.
They're tasked with flying low and targeting a uranium enrichment plant, but the Family Guy writers aren't even subtle about the Star Wars parallels. When the text on screen literally says Womp Rat-sized target, you know they're daring the audience to call them out. The cherry on top? Maverick cutting the entire pilot class except Goose's son. Then there's Iceman's cameo. First, he's totally fine, just saving his voice for karaoke, and then poof! Tap starts playing, and we lose him mid-scene. Can we just acknowledge the sheer efficiency of Family Guy killing off characters?
Thanks, Iceman. I knew you'd know what to do. So, are you all silent and scarfed because you're dying?
No. Is that what people are saying? No, I'm just on vocal rest for karaoke later. I'm 100% totally fine. I've never felt better in my life.
Feelings are for suckers. Let's move on to the next joke. The humor escalates as Maverick grapples with his past, including pulling Rooster's Naval Academy papers.
So, how's your dad doing? Good?
You killed him?
Yeah, and I was more than 5 miles out, and I could have done anything with his body, but I didn't.
Yeah, the more you say that, the more I don't think it's true.
The episode gleefully lampoons nostalgia and action movie cliches, leaving no trope or AirPod unscathed. Finally, the mission itself. Maverick pauses mid-battle for a selfie.
That was awesome! Hey, let's take a selfie to celebrate. This is totally main feed material.
Main feed material, he declares, ensuring his social clout survives, even if he doesn't. And oh, Maverick's heartfelt apology? Sort of. I signed you up for Gavin Newsom's texts. Is easily one of the most niche and hilarious ways to torment someone. Also, Maverick's defense for meddling in every aspect of Rooster's life?
For signing you up for Gavin Newsom's text messages.
I responded stop, and it just wouldn't stop. Why were you doing all these things?
To protect you, at first. And then I kind of got addicted to the idea of controlling every minute detail of a person's life.
I got addicted to the control. Somewhere, Darth Vader is slow clapping in admiration. Their awkward apology session turns chaotic as they got surrounded by the enemy. Rooster throws grenade at them, only to find out it's been casually swapped out for gender reveal contraptions by Maverick, who immediately promised that will be the last time he will meddle with his life. First up, The aging Charlie and Goose's wife characters returning as villains is peak satire.
This is all a big misunderstanding, and I can fix it. You're talking about doing another Jerry Maguire. How would you like to be the fathead kid's grandma? And you can be Minority Report's grandma. I got grandma parts for all of you.
How come you get to be a 60-year-old action star?
These women are furious. They've been tossed aside while Maverick gets to parade around as a 60-year-old action hero. Their ultimatum? Either we get meaningful roles, or we'll go full Liam Neeson and take him. Honestly, it's an A+ commentary on Hollywood's ageism. Bonus points for Maverick's attempt to bribe them with grandma roles. Nothing screams gender equity like the offer to star as a wisecracking elder. Maybe next time, ladies. And then we have Maverick doubling down on his Scientology sales pitch. The women, ready to throw down, are suddenly distracted by his talk of e-meters and going clear. It's like horoscopes, but with science, he says, which is probably the best advertisement for Scientology I've ever heard. The cherry on top? Maverick muttering, definitely not something I've left two families over. Absolute gold! The escape scene, though, is where the writers go full throttle into chaos. Maverick calls a slightly dated plane young, noting its full head of log cabin brown hair. The ensuing aerial battle is pure Family Guy.
We can't take much more of this.
We're gonna have to eject. I'm gonna climb, then we'll eject on 3.
On 3 or after 3?
You're just like your stupid father.
Eject button debates, accusations of being just like your stupid father, and of course, the obligatory take the shot, moment that ends with triumphant and short-lived Iceman heroics. Nothing says we're serious pilots like being saved by a supposedly healthy guy who drops dead mid-conversation again. Finally, the writers don't miss their chance to skewer Hollywood's obsession with reboots. Peter, aka Maverick, gleefully proclaims that the billion-dollar box office for Top Gun, Maverick means people are going to the movies again. Enter Tiny Tom Cruise, who suggests leaping from high places. Tom Cruise, ever the stunt enthusiast, truly shines as the parody version of himself.
That's right, Peter. Now let's jump!
Why are we jumping again?
So people will watch your stuff. And because, I don't know, I'm not in a movie all the time.
You do your own stunts?
Oh, yeah. Were you not aware of that?